afternoon. Nigerian government and states to partner on electricity supply. Hospitalized after being tear-gassed in Kenya. IMF approves $3 billion bailout for Pakistan. Body of Mexico's news correspondent found in Nayarit. In Nigeria, the federal government has expressed willingness to partner state governments on power generation following the new law decentralizing electricity in the country. The Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission (NERC) said it will provide a regulatory framework for states to operate in the power sector. Vice Chairman, Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, Mr. Musili Hussaini, expressed optimism that the new Electricity Act has the potential of transforming the entire electricity supply industry. Mr. Hussaini stressed that when it became operational, the package will pay off for interested states. According to the report, 75% of the available capacity is gas-based, while the rest is from hydro, solar and biomass, which account for a very negligible percentage. 53 children have been rushed to hospital in Nairobi, Kenya, after tear gas was thrown into their class by police during protest. Dr. Aaron Shukuk from Hibu Nursing Home Hospital told newsmen that the unconscious children have been stabilized after the ugly incident. The report says there have been demonstrations around the country orchestrated by the opposition over the rising cost of living in the region. Human rights bodies, however, put the number of those killed at 12, with many more injured. 2 people died after protesters set fire to a police station, while another died during an attack on a police van along the Nairobi Expressway on the outskirts of the city. The protests have reportedly been banned, but people took to the streets anyhow. Such is the anger amongst some Kenyans about the rising cost of living and a new finance bill, which includes tax increases. An electrical malfunction which temporarily disrupted rail traffic between Barak and Tel Aviv, as well as a number of other lines, is expected to be fixed today, with rail traffic expected to be restored gradually for full operation. Additionally, the train between Jerusalem and Herzliya will only operate between Jerusalem and the Savido station in Tel Aviv. Information has it that those wishing to travel to Herzliya and the Tel Aviv University station will need to transfer at the Tel Aviv Agagena station. This is the World's at Noon, coming to you from Osun State Broadcasting Corporation, West Nigeria. Now, amid news. Life is a mixture of ups and downs, but how you handle each of the situations mostly determines the outcome. No condition is permanent. The International Monetary Fund (IMF) has given a final nod to a $3 billion standby arrangement for the Pakistani government's effort to stabilize the ailing economy. The development came 2 weeks after the two sides reached a staff-level agreement over the standby arrangement. The Executive Board of the International Monetary Fund has approved a 9-month standby arrangement for Pakistan for an amount of about $3 billion to support the authority's economic stabilization program. The global lender said in a statement that the approval has been given for an immediate disbursement of about $1.2 billion. It added that the remaining amount will be disbursed in phases over the program's duration, subject to 2 quarterly reviews. A Japanese television personality, Mr. Rushirel, has been found dead by the station's manager at the agency's office in Tokyo. The cause of death of the 27-year-old presenter and a model has not been confirmed, but police said they are investigating if he committed suicide. Mr. Rushirel married a fellow model, Mrs. Peko, in 2016, and the marriage was blessed with a son. In August 2022, the couple divorced after Mr. Rushirel announced they are no longer identified as male, a scenario which attracted much criticism online. In the post shared on Instagram, Rushirel said he will still live with Peko and their son. But many accused the celebrity of being an absent father and criticized their decision to come out of the marriage. Mr. Rushirel became an influential lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender figure in Japan and well known for their genderless style of dressing. The body of Mexico's leading newspaper's correspondent has been found in the western city of Nayarit days after he was reported missing. Reporters said that the 59-year-old Mr. Luis Martin Sanchez worked for La Llanado newspaper, a tabloid in Mexico. His death is being treated as murder linked to his work in one of the most dangerous countries for journalists. Reporters said that Mr. Sanchez is one of 3 journalists who have been abducted in the state in recent days. His body was found in the village of Eliasate near the city of Tepic a day after his wife filed a missing persons report. Information has it that 2 messages were attached to his chest, but the authorities have not revealed what they said. The Mexican Commission for the Defense and Promotion of Human Rights has called for the authorities to clarify what caused the death of Mr. Sanchez. And here again are the highlights of the world at noon. Nigerian government has expressed willingness to partner states government on power generation following the new law decentralizing electricity in the country. Children have been rushed to hospital in Nairobi, Kenya, after tear gas was thrown into their class by police during protests. The fund has given a final note to $3 billion US dollar standby arrangement for the Pakistani government's effort to stabilize the healing economy. Mexico's leading newspaper's correspondent has been found in the western city of Nayarit days after he was reported missing. That was the world at noon, edited by Ulushola Egbodofo. News story by Abiodun Lalere of OSBC Directorate examines the millions of barrels of crude oil the nation losses to theft over the years and the implication on the image of Nigerian military.
The revelation from the Acting Controller General of the Nigerian Customs Service, Adewale Adeniyi, that there are still cases of smuggling of premium malted spirit, popularly called petrol, could not have been better said by any other person than the customs boss. The Acting Controller General, however, said smuggling has reduced but not stopped in some border stations. The revelation came as Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited said it intercepted a suspected Cameroon-bound vessel with a cargo of crude oil on board. The cargo, owned by a Nigeria-registered company, was apprehended at an offshore location with the captain and crew members on board. Oil theft in Nigeria is as old as anyone could remember, but it became pronounced 3 years ago as a result of the inability of government to meet its financial obligations and accumulated loan from several sources. Nigeria Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative (NIETI) revealed that Nigeria lost 619.7 million barrels of crude oil valued at 16.25 trillion naira or $47.16 billion to crude oil theft between 2009 and 2020. According to the agency, Nigeria lost over 400,000 barrels per day, while between 2009 and 2018, the country lost 4.2 billion liters of petroleum products from refineries valued at $1.84 billion. Successive government officials have also publicly acknowledged oil theft. Minister of Environment under Muhammadu Buhari's administration, Mr. Muhammadu Abubakar, at a town hall meeting said Nigeria is the most notorious nation in the world for oil theft, as about 400,000 barrels of crude oil is lost daily to theft. NISTAC believes that the interception of the vessel with 800,000 liter capacity by a private security firm owned by former militant leader Chief Ekpemopolo, otherwise known as Tompolo, is a welcome development. The latest feat of the private firm connotes negativity on the integrity of the Nigerian military, bearing in mind that the same private security firm had earlier discovered at least 58 illegal connections of crude oil pipelines in Delta and Bayelsa states. Newstalk is of the opinion that it is not too late for the Nigerian military to redeem its image that has been badly battered with reports of oil theft and its inability to arrest the ugly trend. Nigerians and indeed the world are looking forward to the newly appointed service chiefs, whose confirmation has been sent to the Senate for approval to bring their experience to bear to eradicate crude oil theft and save the nation from the hands of the cartel milking the nation's resources. News Talk urges the service chiefs to also seize the opportunity of the new administration to present the challenges militating against effective policing of the nation's natural resources.
That news story by Abiodun Lalere of OSBC News Directorate, which looked at the millions of barrels of crude oil the nation losses to theft, charged the Nigerian military to redeem its battered image by protecting the nation's natural resources. The script was delivered by Oluchi Amuda. For more about it, you can visit www.osbcng.org. Thanks for listening. Good afternoon.